Welcome to Film and Page. I'm Dominic, and this is another episode of Road to Dune. So, Dune Part 2 has been out for the last 3 weeks, and I finally got to see the film on Thursday afternoon, and I uploaded my review of the film Saturday morning. And so gave all my thoughts on the film in that video. So, there's a few things I want to talk about in this video, and the first one is the box office success of Dune Part 2. So this article is from Variety. Dune Part 2 nears $500 million at the global box office, surpasses entire run of the first film. So Warner Brothers and Legendary Entertainment, they co-produced and co-financed Dune Part 2. So the cost to produce it was $190 million, and another $100 million on top of that to promote the movie to a global audience. So it's a pretty steep price tag, but now they've already surpassed that, so now they're into the money-making stage. Now, these aren't like huge MCU number movies, MCU movie numbers that we used to get from the MCU back in the day, but I think it might be enough because it's not completed its run, so it still has some more money to make. I think this is going to make enough money to get us a third movie. Now, I've always said on my channel that if I got just one really good adaptation of the first book, I was happy with that. Anything after that we get is gravy. So if we get a Dune Part 3, that'll be gravy. If we get a Dune series, that'll be gravy as well. Although I haven't really heard much about that Dune series. I don't know what's going on with that. Seems like that should have been out already, but I don't know what it is. And the longer that seems to be wrapped up in some kind of development hell, the less hope I have that it's going to be any good. So now, I've been waiting for a new Dune movie to come out since at least 2007. That's the first time I remember reading any news about a new big budget theatrical release for a new Dune movie. Up to that point, the two adaptations we had was 1984 film and the 2000 miniseries. So I was really hyped to find out they were going to make a new movie. And that was just stuck in development hell, and just every few years I'd read some new news about a new Dune film, then it would just, nothing would happen with it until finally Legendary got the rights and Denis Villeneuve was put on the project. And so I started making these Road to Dune videos 5 years ago. So I've been 5 years now making these videos. And so now both parts are out. I've seen both parts. And, you know, I really got hyped for this movie. Now, does the finished product live up to the hype? Almost. Not 100%, but almost. It's pretty close. I have to say I'm pretty happy with the end product, but in my mind, it's not like a total perfect adaptation of the book, and it didn't quite live up, 100% to how I had it hyped in my head and my expectations, but it came really close, and that's good enough for me. I'm really happy with these two movies, and can't wait to buy them on Blu-ray, and I'll rewatch them many times over the years to come. So with that being said, like I said, I've been making these Road to Dune videos since May of 2018. And so I've decided to wrap up this whole series with this last video. Now that both films are out, there's going to be less and less news to talk about. So there's that to factor into it. Now I know there is a Part 3 coming out, but at this stage, I'm actually kind of past the point where I'm burned out, or not burned out, I guess, but I'm kind of tired of making these Road to Dune videos, and I have some other ideas in my head that I want to pursue, so I kind of want to move on from making these videos, and I've said everything I can say, and so there's not really anything more I can add. That doesn't mean I'll never make another Dune-related video again. It's just this portion of it I'm not going to be doing anymore. This is going to be the last one I make, is this episode, because I feel like I feel like now is the time I have to move on from making these kinds of videos. And on top of that, it's getting harder and harder for me to stay on top of the news. Especially, there's just been stuff going on in my life the last year or two where has been harder and harder for me to to be on top of the news. And see, it was different when I first started doing this, because when I first started doing this in May of 2018, nobody was talking about this movie. No one was. Everyone was talking about Star Wars. And then I started talking, because nobody was talking about this, so I started making videos about this film. And then as time went on, the bigger channels started, covering the movie, and more channels. So then it got more and more competition, I guess, or there's more and more places people could go and get their information besides my channel. And now both films are out. So, and that was kind of always my intent when I started this, was after both movies were out and whatever the fallout was, I would eventually wrap up this series. So it's come to that time now, I think. I've made enough videos covering both these films. So with that said, I have to say, I did really love these two movies, even though they didn't like 100% live up to the hype how I had hyped it in my mind. I mean, it came very, very close, like 95% close. But I have to say, the funnest thing about these two movies was not going to see the movies themselves. The funnest part of it all was the anticipation, making these videos and interacting with other Dune fans on the internet. All of us waiting for these movies and speculating and wondering what this was going to look like and how the trailer was going to be and when it was going to come out, where are we going to get a part 2, all that kind of stuff. All that was actually more fun than seeing the actual movies itself. And so I just want to thank everyone that stuck with this series, and everyone who gave me views and interacted with my channel, whether you liked my videos or you hated them. I want to thank everyone for that. It's been a lot of fun making these videos. And I guess that's all there is to say about it. And yeah, thank you for staying on the road to Dune. So that's everything I have to say in this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I will see you at the next one. I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you all in helping this channel grow. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded.